That all of the children are growing up, and how do we spend our lives if there's no
AR-15s are weapons of war. Sicker T-Rex. Oh, what is that? Oh! Welcome back to SOS. Some stuff starting badass. It's 3 in the morning. Yes, I'm acting goofy. Alright. Now, I didn't watch the awards thing that everybody keeps going on about today on Twitter, but figured I would add some thoughts into Hollywood and how I feel about the high and mighty Hollywood stars out there that they do these. It's like a public image thing, right? You know, they've got bodyguards. Those bodyguards probably have SBR AR-15s, you know, different types of SBRs out there, probably tucked away in their jackets. They probably have the highest, best, up-to-date firearms that anyone can have, right? They've got the money for that. They can afford it. And, you know, they're making movies and showing images and doing music videos with them in, you know, carrying the hottest and coolest firearm there is. And, you know, they've probably got some people in the background that are telling them how to hold it correctly and look cool and all this stuff, right? You know, they want both. You can have your cake and eat it too. Once you eat the cake's gone, right? And they get up here and they pop off all this crazy talk about, you know, their political views and all this stuff. And there are people out there, like if they got up there and said you have to have free range firewood, everyone that worships them, I'm not saying everyone, but everyone that worships them would probably go try and find free range firewood. I'm just saying. Or organic cars. We need organic cars in our life, and blah blah blah. And everybody would go try and find the pumpkin from Cinderella or something like that. Cinderella, night and day, Cinderella. I have kids. They watch this stuff. 2 girls, so obviously I get stuck watching that stuff. Nobody's going to turn mice into horses. It's not happening. But they would get up there and shout stuff like that, and you'd have everybody like slow clap. This is the idiocracy that we're living in now, and this is how I deal with this idiocracy. The future looks depressing. I'm just saying. Listening to them talk, I literally would rather just stick hot pokers in my ear than to listen to these people ramble on about their views. I don't want your opinion. I don't want your stupid opinion. You have no idea. And it's kind of like when I did the hippies video. I had a lot of people hate me for that one, but the hippies video I did is like one of my first videos that I did. But the Jimmy Kimmel and you know, how many of these people, like I said in that video, how many people do you think have lost a house or, you know, had a car repossessed because they couldn't afford to make payments or any of this stuff? You know, had any real struggle in their lives? You know, everything's just this crazy. Had to step out. Dog wanted out. He's so needy. Ah, that's good. Oh, here. Have some before I start talking again. All right. But they get up here and start telling their views on the world and all this stuff. And this Hollywood demon, you're not seeing what they're doing behind the scenes, right? I mean, you might hear about it in a tabloid somewhere about some stupid stuff that they did, but those are the same exact people that it's kind of like, what was it, Jim Carrey? You know, he made all those freaking movies. Every one of them had guns in it, and you know, all the different scenes. And then he gets up here and does a rant about how, you know, he's basically not a Second Amendment supporter, but he has to have them all in the movie. So it's like you're showing people this image that it's cool. Of course it's cool. Of course it's cool. You need that money from people like me that believe in this stuff, but at the same time, you need to uh, affect and get on your side the others that don't. So you got two different things here, but you preach one thing and then it's hypocritical, high and mighty stuff. I mean, you get up there and you do all this stuff, and then in the background, you're the awful things that they're doing in the background that you don't see. You know, um, the drugs and all that stuff that goes on in their lives. You don't see all that stuff, and nobody talks about that stuff. It's like, okay, unconfirmed resume. Let's, you know, we know you were, you know, you're getting up here and it's like, it's, you say all this stuff and then in the background you're doing all this other stuff, but no one wants to talk about that. Everybody's just slow clap. Yeah, woohoo, take the guns. And it's kind of like, I was flicking through some videos and it showed Whoopi Goldberg and her little group, you know, and she did the announcement of the whole Dick's Sporting Goods thing, and it just went, like, I guess someone lit the applause light because everyone in the room was like, yeah, tyranny, yes, give it to me. It's ridiculous. They have no idea. They have no idea. I don't listen to any of this crap. I don't go, I don't flick any of this stuff on. I don't want to watch it. I don't care to see any of it. And I suggest, if any of you don't like that sort of thing, to turn it off. I mean, I don't have cable. I don't need it. I don't need to watch any of this garbage, because I tell you, it's like they're literally sending this message of how the world is supposed to be, but it's actually upside down world. You know, none of them have had to live in places like I live, for example, where there's drug dealers all over the place and people get shot at random places. You know, people want to judge me when I make a video that says this is my everyday carry and I'm carrying an extra gun or whatever. You know, people can say what they want, but I carry for a reason, and that reason is pretty freaking high. And, you know, if you've ever had a gun drawn on you, I've had guns drawn on me. I've had a knife to my throat. There's been several situations for the reason I've said before on the channel that I carry what I carry. Oh, look, it's another scared white boy. I couldn't tell you how many awful comments that I've had from ignorant people that have no idea, or just people that just want to get a rise out of somebody else. But these Hollywood stars, for example, they'll get up there in the midst of a tragedy where people have died and chalk up like they give a rat's. I won't say nasty words on here, but like, they won't, you know, I'm not going to start using profanity. The thing is that they'll get up there and like, this horrible thing, and then they go in the background and they speed dial their drug dealer. I'm telling you, these people do not give a rat about any of you that are watching them, and they don't care. They're just doing it for publicity, for a stunt, they care about my feelings. I like them more now. No, they don't. They don't care. And then when they make a movie and it shows them like the next James Bond or whoever it is, right? Some lethal death kill movie, some craziness that they've made, you know, or they're like these comic book superheroes or whatever, and all this stuff. It's kind of like the character that plays Thor. He literally had done a video where he's like, he does he does the whole guns aren't cool. You know, that character that plays in the movie's not cool because he has guns, and guns are bad. Guns are not cool. Like, that idiot. Yeah, you can look a certain way, be popular, be famous, but then you say stupid stuff, and then it's like, well, I officially don't like you anymore. That's how I play. If people are going to, I boycott it. I just don't have anything to do with it. And it's like the whole slow clap routine and all that other trash. I don't have anything to do with it. These people are just doing it for a stunt. They want to act like they're high and mighty when they're not. They're really not. They're just high and mighty people. They get up there and they say all this stupidness, and it's none of them have any idea what it's like. They have no idea what it's like, and the reason why. They can't even justify a reason. You can't negotiate with these people. It's just one of those things. And it's kind of like what I was saying yesterday with a lot of things with this crowd. And we have to be careful because we're living in you've got Generation Z. You got the millennials that literally their whole life is this social media, and they see all this stuff and they're getting fed all this garbage. And while all of us that are in the know are sitting here like, yeah, that was a very stupid comment, but they don't know any better. This would just attack me out of left field. Sorry about that. Daddy. All right, but the social media thing with kids, they start off at an early age, and these poor kids are getting on social media and stuff, and they're already creating a digital imprint of their lives, and it's going to ruin their lives in the end. I mean, you're going to have their entire life will be connected into data that one day someone can do a background check on them or whatever, and at some point in their life they had said this. At some point in their life, and I'm talking like these kids are like 12 years old when they said something awful, but they had still said it in their lifetime. And in the future, things are going to be a lot worse and a lot scarier because, at one point you liked the movie Cinderella, huh? Oh, that tells a lot about you. I'm just saying that I actually feel sorry for the Generation Z and how, all this data is going to be collected on them. Me, for example, I don't have Facebook. I had the choice and the option to get rid of it and to be away from it and some of the other platforms, but I don't have a data storage of me when I was like 8 years old. You see what I mean? That stuff probably didn't start with me until I was like in my 20s. Just throwing it out there. So they probably have about 20 years stored on me, right? Just saying. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there. That's the junk drawer, kid. But anyway, I'm sharing my thoughts today, and this is me sharing and how I feel. These hypocrites that will tell you one thing and it don't listen to it. Just move on with your life, and hopefully the Hollywood demon will fall apart on its own. But that's really all I got. You're watching SOS. I'm Stas Arm Badass. Have a beautiful, fabulous, fantastic day. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think about some of the stuff I've said so we can have a chat about it. And like and share. Thank you. God bless.